Great day, everyone. My name is Ariel, aka Empress Lazuli, and this is your June 2019 general reading. Thank you so much for joining me, and if you would like to know if this reading resonates with you, stay tuned to the end of this video to get the full message. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys, for your June 2019 general reading. I've already put the cards, so I'm going to go right into the reading. And we're starting off with you in the Five of Staffs position as the experience to date. So there could be some arguing or fighting that's going on, any type of argument when it comes to you pursuing your passions, or someone could be very passionate about pestering you and being argumentative, and that may be causing some friction between a specific relationship that you're having, whether that be an intimate relationship with family or friends, but I'm definitely seeing the experience to date, at least before this month. Your experience has been of fighting, going back and forth, having arguments, and I feel mental anxiety and depression as well, to be honest. The position that you're in now, which I was so happy to pull out, is the Six of Coins. So you're in a position where, even though you've been experiencing a lot of fighting and anxiety or possibly depression towards you going after new passions, you're really committed with the Six of Coins into coming into that balance within yourself of giving and receiving in order for you to create a stronger foundation. This is a coins card, okay? So this is basically where you are now. For your hopes and fears, you have the Eight of Coins. So this is a really exciting card for you to get after the Six of Coins. And if you notice, with the Six of Coins and the Eight of Coins, even though this is an Eight of Coins, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has 6 coins that are already finished in this picture. Okay, so this is directly linked. And that is your hopes or fears. So your hopes and fears are that you'll step into a position where you're able to remove yourself from this situation that is argumentative or just lots of bickering or fighting going on. You want to remove yourself in order to work on building your foundation to be stronger so that you can have wealth and create an abundance of success for yourself. And as it pertains to just that foundation, coins energy is earth energy. So I think of coins energy as anything that you want to have wealth in. Okay, so this isn't just money. That's why I keep saying, success and foundation, because it's more about building that abundance within yourself with just being set, okay, and having a firm foundation to lay and structure things as they build. Okay, so right now your hopes and fears are that you're going to grow and be able to set aside and go away in a place where you can get away from everyone. If you see in the Eight of Coins, this card here, he is literally far away from the city. You see the city behind him? It's further away. He had to remove himself from that environment and work. Get his 2 coins. He's like, okay, I'm going to get the rest of these 2 coins, go back into the community, go back to where everyone else is now that I'm finished removing myself, and show them what foundation I have built for myself. And it's going to be successful. That's what I'm feeling. It's going to be very successful, especially with the Eight of Coins. So in your recent past and any long-term blocks, you have the Ten of Swords. So this was a very mentally anxious, situation that you had to either lay to rest, or something that is continually kind of in the back of your mind even now as you're aspiring to move on to building a stronger foundation for yourself. Okay, so this could be a block that you always kind of go up against whenever you try to build something new for yourself. There's always that process mentally for you where you put yourself through a lot of mental anguish by thinking of negative feelings rather than focusing on the success and positive and optimistic side of things. Okay, so this position is basically both in your recent past and in your long-term blocks. So for some of you, it could be something that you're coming out of, especially because your experience to date was the Five of Staffs. So that makes sense that your recent experience was something that was very mentally anxious and may have caused you depression. But it also shows that you're willing to lay this down. You realize that this was something that has mentally been very hurtful for you. Look at this card. Okay, and sword energy is mental. That's air energy. Okay, so this could also represent air energy if you're an air sign, or if you have an air sign that you're dealing with in terms of any type of relationship. Okay. So let's look at some possible obstacles. You have the Fool here as an obstacle. So maybe lack of planning. You know that you'd like to build with the Eight of Coins. However, you may not have prioritized planning before you started. The Fool is zero. Okay? The Fool is zero. So it's embarking on a brand new journey, wanting to go after it, and not really being concerned about the logistical aspect. Being excessive. You see he's kind of in a stupor here with the drink in his hand. He's holding onto the staff. He's literally at the edge of the cliff. And you see right there where he has to journey, it's arid, it's dry. He's not worried about that. He's worried about being happy to go on a new journey. And he has a friend. So there may be someone in your environment as well that may be great to have around, to hold you accountable, to keep you, out of that excessive state, okay? To actually build with the Eight of Coins, okay? And have a plan and be organized. So for some of you, this is focusing more on your organization and planning aspect, instead of just wanting to start something new to get away from some, fighting or arguments that you've been in recently, or that has been your experience to date. Instead of rushing to try and, go and experience something new, or in addition to starting something new at this time, plan it out. Get a planner, invest in a planner. You don't have to get something super expensive to begin with, but this card does warn as an obstacle that you might have excessiveness and planning may not be completely done. But it also represents to me the start of a new journey. So this is a great sign. Okay, so it's a twofold message, okay? In the near future, you have the Page of Swords here. And to me, this card in this reading, the way that it came out, especially in this position, is telling me that you're looking over your shoulder when it comes to whoever this Five of Staffs energy is coming from. Whoever you may have been fighting with in the past, whoever you may be have had, whoever you may have had odds with in terms of not seeing eye to eye, wanting to embark on something new, but not being able to communicate that to them in a way where they'll be supportive. Now you're embarking on a new journey, and you, in the near future, you're going to be looking over your shoulder, like surveying, okay? That person will not be able to get super close to you in order to mentally cause you any anxiety at this time. So that's wonderful for you to hear for the month of June. Please be mindful of this card and heed the warning that it also says for those of you that may not be in the full energy of wanting to have your guard up with the Page of Swords, but this is kind of confirmation for you to embody that, let's say. Okay, so remember to kind of keep those people at length. Keep them at length that have shown you that, you know, you don't want to be in this energy right now. Okay, you're moving away from that. You're wanting to come into coins energy, more stability in your life, more giving and receiving, you know, stepping into more success, working and seeing it pay off, not fighting and bickering and being depressed. Okay, so now you're keeping and surveying who is able to penetrate your mind and who is able to affect your mind. Maybe someone in the past that you allowed to get into your mental space. Now you're having a second, you know, now you're looking over your shoulder like, don't get any closer. Like 50 feet. Okay? No, not 15, 50, 50. Okay? So this Page of Swords is definitely telling me that you're stepping up when it comes to guarding your mind and who is able to penetrate it. So that's amazing to hear. And I did want to clarify it initially when it came out. I was like, why did the Page of Swords come out? And I clarified it with the Emperor. So exactly what I was saying to clarify. You're building a structure right now where you don't need anyone else. Look at this Emperor card and look in the background. Look behind the throne that he's sitting on. It is dry, arid land. There's water, you know, running through it. There is life where he is. Okay? However, he doesn't need anything around him to be royal, to have abundance, to have a stable foundation, to be able to make clear decisions. Okay? So, because you're moving into this position with yourself, building your empire, being the emperor, embracing that divine masculine energy of being discriminating, but in a protective way for yourself so that you can build with a strong foundation. That is why you're surveying who is able to penetrate your mind mentally. So keep it up. And for those of you that haven't started, that's confirmation for you, okay? Sorry, might be a little bit. Don't mind the band-aid. Alright, so let's see what's next. So how the near future will evolve for you is the Wheel of Fortune. You're having a new cycle that is wanting to start. Okay? And I feel this is evolving because of your decision to want to go out on your own and really build a strong foundation for yourself, away from other people. That has allowed you to step into a new cycle that is in your favor, that is positively going to propel you into a time of success. Look at how colorful this card is. Look how beautiful it looks in terms of change, all of the wings and all of the air energy. This is a 10. Completion of a cycle and starting of a new one. And it's going to be in your favor. So that's what's going to evolve for you in the new future. Unexpected new turns. You have the Sun. So this is definitely the decision that you need to be making for yourself in terms of building, creating a foundation for yourself, and keep it pushing. Keep these people that are mentally not good for your energy right now. Keep them away, because this is what you're headed for. This is what you're headed for with this new cycle that you're starting. And having more love and self-esteem and confidence in yourself. This is a new cycle that you're starting. So please stay on this track. This is beautiful. You in the future. The Nine of Swords came out. I was like, you know what? I feel that I know what this Nine of Swords means. Let me clarify it. And I clarified it with the Six of Swords. So for me, the Nine of Swords for you in the future is you letting go all of this mental anxiety and energy that you had hanging over your head that caused you to evolve into a 10. Because look at this magic trick. You had the 10 of Swords in the recent past in your long-term blocks, right? So this is you being depressed, going through a very painful situation mentally in the past that you might still think about, that might still be in the back of your mind, right? And in the near future, you had the Page of Swords. This is one sword. So you went to one sword where you're surveying and making sure that you're watching God on your mind. You had 10 swords. You're using one to guard your mind and keep it safe and creating optimistic abundance in your life while you build this foundation. So obviously with you in the future, you're getting rid of these 9 swords. It was 10. You're using one to wield your mind, and you're removing the other 9 from above your mind that it's telling you that you're alone and that you can't do it and causing you to have anxiety. You're removing these. Why are you removing them? Because you're going into a new direction, a new prosperous direction here with your mindset. You're headed to a place where you're thinking a lot more optimistically. Look at that island. It's green. There's life there. So you're going to a more prosperous and abundant position in your mindset as well. So that's absolutely beautiful. The outcome, of course, is the Knight of Staffs. This could be you traveling and taking a break. This could be you traveling for your passions. Okay? This could be news coming into you regarding your passions or creativity. So these are all wonderful messages for your outcome. You moving into a position where, look at that red staff. You are taking charge. You have a mission. You have a plan. You're organized. You've set sail and you know the direction that you're going in. Or you're taking a moment to relax and gather yourself and plan and organize as it was suggested with the Fool card, see? And that's a red staff as well. For your obstacle you had may not be planned out as well as you want, may have excessiveness. So with your outcome being that same red staff here with the Knight of Staffs, getting planned, getting organized, creating a plan for yourself. This is absolutely beautiful. I want to get some oracle cards for you guys. Let me just take these off. What decks do I want to use? Okay. So I'm going to pull an oracle for you. Give me 1 second. So, tonight is the new moon in Gemini. I'm about to actually take my Empress bath. So I'm super excited for that. Soak up all of the energy. If you would like to know more about the moon cycles, then I would highly suggest a book called Moonology. This deck is inspired by that book. So I will be pulling 3 oracle cards for us for the new moon in Gemini and for July 2019. Wow, these cards are just flying out. Okay, one more message. Okay. Wow. Wow. That card came out. Wow, I did. Wow. Okay. All right. So we have take time to breathe out. Sorry, I was gonna mix the words up again. My words have been really mixed up. And I'm a Gemini rising and a Mars in Gemini. And it's the new moon in Gemini. I'm not sure whether it's too much Gemini energy for me tonight, but I've mixed up my words like 3 or 4 times now. But this card says, take time to breathe out. So as I was mentioning before with that Knight of Staves, maybe some of you are traveling. Maybe some of you are taking time to relax and really look at your planner and organize yourselves. okay? This is a time where you can relax, and once you relax your mind, a lot of times you'll notice things and answers just come to you naturally when you're not so focused on them, because your mind's able to relax and it can just come to you, and spirit can speak to you and you'll hear it because you're not so, pinpoint, you're not so tough on yourself at that moment mentally, and messages can come through. So take time to breathe out. I feel that this is coming in strong for some of you, especially with the Knight of Staffs. So take that time to get organized, and take this time during this month, or just during this week, initially in the beginning of the month. If you're going on holiday, safe travels. I am as well myself, so I can resonate with that. And actually enjoy yourself. Gemini is also about communicating and relaxing and having fun with other people, getting to know other energies, and not being so uptight with speaking to different types of people. Okay, so loosen up, have a wonderful time, and take time to breathe out. The second one says adjustments are required. So again, as I was mentioning before, getting organized. You need to make adjustments, whether that's someone that is in your area, someone that is in your space that you need to adjust yourself from, even if it's not as frequent in terms of how much they're in your space. You can still be around them, but maybe it's just that you need to organize your time better so that you're focusing on yourself, and then any time that you have after that is spent on having that person in your presence. Okay, so adjustments are required, and that's not only for people. I feel that it's also, again, to reiterate, the planning and organizing. So for some of you really do, this is really that time, it's really that season for you to buckle down and get organized with what you're doing, because this message keeps coming through. And so I'm just getting that for a lot of you, this is that season where you need to get things kind of just done. Communicate them to the people you need to communicate them to. Make those adjustments, even if it's communicating to yourself and saying, hey, look, it's time to get to work. It's time to do this. Okay, so make those adjustments, but take time to breathe out and actually receive the messages. And then the last one is actually the new moon in Gemini, and it says communication is key. So again, communicating with other people or communicating with yourself. Gemini, the twins. So even kind of talking to one side of yourself and saying, look, you're very vital and important in some circumstances. This is not one of them. This twin needs to be prevalent. So sometimes you need to have self-talk. Speak to yourself. Pep yourself up. If this is a season where you need to be working and making those adjustments to plan and organize, talk to yourself and say, hey, look, we've been chilling all winter. Okay? We've been chilling all spring so far. It's time to get to it. Summer season, we need to be on our job so that, when fall gets here, we can literally have a great time and actually see the fruits of some labor that we've been putting in. Okay, so definitely communicate, whether that's with yourself, with other people. And self-talk is such an amazing tool that people do not use. So communicate with yourself. Communication is definitely key. And yeah, that's all I'm getting for you. Make sure you're taking that time for yourself. Plan, and organize. This is your season. You must be prepared. You must plan and organize. No one else will do it for you. Communicate what you're passionate about. This is the time. Okay? Create the routines for yourself. Meditate. If you would like to book a session with me, you can click the link on my YouTube homepage, or you can actually go onto my Instagram, Empress Lazuli, and click the link tree to book your appointment. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful June. Happy birthday to all of my Geminis, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!